Always takes a minute for everything to connect. And of course, our Wi-Fi's really slow today. There we go. Maybe. Okay. I think we are good to go in live. Maybe. There we go. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm Tammie, and my sidekick is out working on the deck. So he's out building tonight. We finally have I think it's still cold, but a decent night of weather. So Lance is out building a new roof and porch or deck on the back of our house. So he's building while the weather's nice. Again, you guys always hear me talk about when his ketones kick in, you cannot wear this man out. So ketones have kicked in. We are just coming off of our fast number 6. And it's one of those, we both had decent numbers. We both felt pretty good. Everything is getting back on track from the couple weeks down with our dog. And, again, the biggest lesson we learned in that is what emotional stress does to your numbers. We didn't jump ship as far as our, what we're doing or anything, nothing. Hey, Liv, glad you made it. Oh, look at your pretty straight hair. How are you doing that? So it's one of those things. We see the emotional stress has done to our numbers, and you try to do the best through it. We didn't jump ship or anything, but it does definitely take its toll on you. And again, the big lesson in that is that's just cortisol rising. That's not because we're jumping ship and eating a bunch of crazy stuff or anything like that. It is just cortisol rising and no sleep. And we just, especially poor Lance just is really having a hard time going to bed at night without our baby. Um, so it's just that adjustment. It's one of those things, it's nothing you can do. It's just that's life. And that's part of learning to do this as a lifestyle, is because we've got to learn to work through and navigate these situations, whether it's a holiday and a good stress, whether it's a death in your family, whether it's just stress of life and careers and jobs and all of that. All that is just stress. So it doesn't matter if it's chemical, physical, or emotional, it's stress on your body. And that's what cortisol does to us. So we're getting through it. We're trying to get the ball rolling in the right direction again with our fast. So we both made it through the 72s this week. Feeling a little bit better than we did last week. Last week we did it, but it was just miserable and we just stopped. But this week we're back on track. We're trying to get there. And again, it's just learning to push through the lessons of life and making this a lifestyle, not just a class we're going to periodically do. So that's where we're at. I'm going to try, if anybody's over on YouTube, please come in and ask questions over there. I will try to check in as best I can over there. Type them in, and I will try to check in. But come on in, you guys, check in. Give me a question, give me a win, give me a struggle, whatever you got. Susan, haven't seen you in a while. We're going to start with you. Come on in.
What? Well, I'm struggling, but I think it's because I'm so insulin resistant and I haven't really figured out. I think the last time I was in the group, I said that because I'm a patient of Dr. Gundry,
Mm-hmm.
and then I kind of, I watch all the YouTubes, Dr. Barry and, everybody, and trying to do this on my own without a real actual doctor.
Yep.
Because Dr. Gundry, I mean, I just can't do his thing. It's like you have to eat so much. It seems like anyway, or cook a lot. I just can't do it. So I was trying the carnivore thing, and then he said I was eating too much protein. And then so I backed off of the protein now, and I'm just trying to do sardines and butter. That's my diet. And I haven't rechecked the labs. I have to recheck the labs to see. But I really think Dr. Boz has the answer. Um, but doing it like this is it's not really safe in a lot of ways because my numbers were so bad the last time.
You know,
Just from doing carnivore, and I feel okay.
yeah.
I feel great.
Yep.
And I think things are healing or whatever, but I'm still insulin resistant.
Yep.
And that little thing about the protein, I didn't know it would be over the top.
Yep.
So
Ah,
that's my place. And so the blood pressure is a little elevated too, which is more concerning actually than any of the other numbers.
yep.
Because I figured they'll go down, but the blood pressure, I don't know how to deal with that.
Susan, most of it comes down to, and I know Liv being on here, Diane, all of the veterans that you'll run into that have done the program, Dr. Boz, is step by step from beginning to end, not stopped halfway through, hopscotch through, anything like that. When you've done this from beginning to end, that is where that's the difference in the chemistry shift. That is the difference of carnivore, Dr. Berry, Dr. Gundry, all the good, lovely doctors that are out there. And I think that is the magic of, again, this is laid on my desk for 6 years. Um, Having a step-by-step program to do it as your chemistry shifts is the win of building cellular health. And that is the difference of you've nailed it. You just called it out. When you can, yeah, everybody can go eat meat. Everybody can do carnivore. That's not the issue. Getting the chemistry correct to build a new healthy cell, a new healthy the DNA of the cell, the nucleus of a cell when you are rebuilding a new healthy cell that takes the right amount of fats, the right amount of protein, the right amount of amino acids, all those things in there matter. And when you're doing one of them and you're just, yeah, we could focus on carnivore, just eat the meat, everything like that, but you're finding exactly what the problem is with that. It's a great start. It's a great mindset. And I have a blog post we just put up of it's a carnivore mindset of, you know what, there's no place I can go that I can't find something to eat. I can go into any restaurant, order a piece of meat. I don't care if it's McDonald's or the best steakhouse. You can walk in and find meat. Getting the fats in properly. You need to lead with those fats to have a keto chemistry. So my way of talking about it and teaching it is have a keto or a carnivore mindset, but keto chemistry. That takes getting the macros right with the fat. That takes leading with the fat. That's where the blood pressure is going to come down. That's where the neuropathies are going to heal. That's where the cleaning up the liver comes. That's where all those magic things, the brain health, you got to get the ketones in circulation, and that takes the chemistry shift to do that. So I would encourage you to get over in our beginner group and go through it and make it through one time, all the way through, so you can see what that does to your labs and your numbers. That blood pressure will come down, those numbers will get better, that glucose will come down. You will stop filling the liver up with the extra too much protein and the glucose. So all those things will happen when you walk that out one step at a time. And then if you want to go hang out with some Dr. Berry and Dr. Gundry and all that stuff,
I think
you but the cool part of that is you can then do that and watch your numbers, and you will know exactly what's working for you and what's not. But you got to fix it first, then go and eliminate and get those numbers correct, then go off and try something else. I mean, I've got people in here, my brother, he can eat almost up to 30 carbs and still be making ketones, still keep his glucose nice and low, but he runs marathons and Ironmans. And I mean, he's burning ungodly amounts of stuff. All this will pertain to you when you know how to track your numbers and you do it one step at a time. You follow the steps through the keto continuum 1 through 12, get it all the way accomplished. Then now you know how to navigate it. You know how to shoot cleanup. You know how to come off of a stress. You know how to come off of life. Then you take that process and you go out and you apply it to whoever you want to go work with. It's not a Boz is the only answer forever. But if you learn how to read your chemistry first, then you can go make an educated decision on where to go. How much protein should I have? How much fat do I still need to have to make ketones? How cleaned out is my liver and how insulin resistant you are? If you're fasting or even eating low carb and carnivore and you still keep filling that liver back up, you're not fixing insulin resistance. You might be losing some inflammation and things might be going a little bit in the right direction, but you're not fixing the root of the problem. So I would encourage you to get over in the group one and the beginner group. Take it one step at a time. You'll probably go pretty fast because you're pretty familiar with it. And if you already have a
I have
carnivore
all the
mindset,
books. I have I can measure, I just got, what can I say, impatient.
mhm,
Um,
Just know
Like,
too, I don't know if everybody knows this. The book, Dr. Boz's Keto Continuum course that we coach and teach, that's a curriculum what we use, is still different and more detailed step by step than either of the books. So it's one of those, the classes in the Keto Continuum course is what we teach in the coaching. That is still different information than just reading the books. So just know that. I mean, the books are great information, but taking it one step at a time, all 12 steps is the win in building that chemistry, especially if you've kind of done it and it's what you're doing. You've hit a plateau of it, not, not that it's not working, but you need to take it to the next level. Now you need to go back and shoot cleanup and say, okay, what step did I miss? What macros do I need to adjust? What proteins do I need to have in me? How much fat is working and how much fat is not working? That's where a coach comes in, and that's where somebody to help you see it with fresh eyes to say, okay, let's tweak this and fix it. And then you'll be moving on and be able to navigate your own health. So good job, Susan, but I'm
work
proud
on
of you
it.
for staying focused and staying in. I mean, it's a journey for sure. So
Okay, I'll check it out and see what I have to do.
okay. I put the link there in the chat if you need to click on that. And if anybody needs in, let me know or needs help. So come on in, Gina. Come and check in. Tell us how you're doing.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you're up, girlfriend.
Well, I was listening to you, Susan, about the high numbers and the insulin resistance. Can I ask how high your numbers were, Susan? Just curious, or if you
Oh,
don't
I
mind
don't
sharing,
mind
or
sharing. Um, but I have, I have the insulin was 25. That was the highest it's ever been. It had been 16. And
where's
what
your
else? The
glucose? Just out
A1C
of
is 5.6, which is not terrible. But the uric
oh,
acid was elevated at 7.4, which
yeah.
is really too high.
Have
And
you
the
started any?
triglycerides
Have
were.
you done? Oh, sorry. Have you done any sardine fasting? You
I
said you were
have,
gonna.
I have. I've done a sardine fast. I've done a couple of 72-hour ones. Um, but I think, what I'm doing is just waffling, and I haven't
Oh,
lost any weight.
yeah.
And
Um,
Susan,
Because
that's part of the problem of not having
yeah.
that chemistry correct before you go into fasting and before you do all those things. Getting that chemistry correct first is what's going to make those 72-hour fasts successful. Everybody can jump in and white knuckle it through a fast, but that is not getting the chemistry shift that you're wanting done during a fast. So you're doing the work, but you're not getting all the benefits. So let's get you the benefits. I guess that's where I would struggle
Right.
with that. And a A1C of 5.6, that's still diabetic
That's
range. So,
really good.
right.
Yeah.
I
Oh
mean,
no, it's so
5.5 was
good.
the
Sorry.
lowest it's been.
Yeah.
yeah. So you will work on that and that will help get that uric acid down too. So,
And
So yes. Yep.
I got the ketones in a can.
mhm.
That's helpful.
They're a tool. The ketones in a can, those first of all, depends on what stage you're at. And here's what it sounds like to me. And any of my veterans want to jump in. It sounds like you kind of jump around a little bit through the keto continuum. And if you have the ones that are sweet with flavors in them, those are great at the beginning. But those of us that are veterans down at the end, that sweetness will still keep, first of all, it's still sweetness going in, triggering dopamine in the brain, triggering all the issues that we're trying to take care of. But it also, yes, it will stimulate ketones. It will help the liver get going. It will help the brain get going. But there's a time where you want to switch over to the pucker up and use the ketones with the pucker up that don't have the sweeteners, don't have those things. Again, that comes down to what level are you really at? How far through the keto continuum have you made it successfully doing every step? Not hit this step and then jump to this step. When you do keep, does everybody understand that ketones in a can or exogenous ketones, those are meant to be used as a tool. Those are just meant to be used to help stimulate or get you through a struggle or something like that. Then you pull those away and see what your liver is actually able to make on its own. That's again, use them as a tool. They're not a crutch to carry you through, but it's one of those, I guess they can carry you through a rough time, but they're not a continual support. We want the goal in this is to get your liver to make the ketones for the pure health, the cellular health. So use them as a tool. Again, there's a time for them, but they're not a end all be all. But for you, again, I would encourage you Go one step at a time, because what you can do at the beginning, those rules change when you get to intermediate and advanced. But you got to master the beginning steps before you push to those intermediate and start pushing to fasting. If you don't have your macros right and you're not consistent with all of that at the beginning, I wouldn't want you to be fasting. I wouldn't want you to be pushing to those higher levels until you master the beginning levels. And it just helps the chemistry shift happen faster. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, come on in,
So,
Gina.
yeah,
Sorry about that.
So, yeah, no, the reason I was curious was because for all the veterans that are out there is Tammie has me going on my first 72-hour sardine fast. So I was just looking for anybody's experience with that, especially with the glucose and managing it. And then I guess the other question would be, Tammie, is if you see if you're on a 3-day sardine fast and you see your ketones going down, should you pucker up? Maybe?
Um, knowing
know,
your chemistry
or
where
just,
you're at, I wouldn't. I would push your chemistry.
okay.
Now, just so everybody understands, when we do sardine, when you're doing 3 days of sardines, it's called a sardine challenge. Nothing is a fast until you've reached over 36 to 48 hours clean. That's fasting. Anything into a
Mhm.
fast, it's just a challenge. Don't confuse the two, because fasting has one
Yeah.
chemistry and a challenge has another chemistry. But if you're in the 3 days of sardines, I will tell you, we've watched hundreds of people through the 21-day metabolic kick that she does, and it is phenomenal. Ketones may shift around a little bit, but when you see everybody's numbers take off, don't jump ship. Just keep going. If you don't need to
Yeah.
drink pucker during a sardine challenge.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Let your
Okay.
body do it. Let your body do the work
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
see because that
So,
way too, you come off of it knowing exactly what your chemistry is doing. If you drink
oh,
pucker,
true. Right.
if you drink
Yeah.
pucker, it's
Right.
going
Right.
to be a
Right.
false
Right.
reading.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And then it's good to know. Yeah. So, yeah. So anyway, so that's what he has me doing, and I'm looking forward to it. Believe it or not, sardines
yep.
in a can. Hmm. Yeah.
Again, they're good little fishies.
Hmm.
Yeah, we love to eat. So, Gene, I'm so proud of the work you're doing, and I can't wait to see you on this journey. It's going to be awesome. So, come on in, Liv. So glad you're here. I've missed you.
Hi, I've missed you all too. I just wanted to tell Gina that I've done a couple of maybe 3 sardine fasts, and the numbers are
Hmm.
just they really do help. I mean, I don't like sardines, but I like what they do.
Yep.
And now when I do 72-hour fast, I make sure that I eat sardines prior, a can of sardines and a can of cod liver, because I don't like liver either. I don't like beef liver. But the cod liver doesn't taste like anything, so I mix it up and make a little patty. So I do that before a 72-hour fast, water fast, and then I break my fast with the another patty. And if I don't do
What do
that,
you? Yeah. What's a cod liver patty? What does that mean?
well, no,
It's
I take a
cod
can of
liver in a can.
sardines and a can of cod
Yep.
liver. I mix them
A can of
together.
liver. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I make a little,
Oh, okay.
I fry it
Yeah.
with the oil that it comes in, and
Yeah.
just make like a little salmon patty. If you've ever made salmon patties, they look
Yes,
just like
I've
that.
eaten them. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
And
if
your
I,
numbers are good?
that's how I can tolerate them. But
Yeah.
if I don't do that and I just eat a meal and start my fast, just eat beef
Mhm. Mhm.
or some other thing, my numbers aren't as great.
Yep.
So, that it just, they're very nutrient dense. So, yeah, so I know you're going to have success doing your challenge
Oh,
with the sardines.
yeah.
So
Oh, good.
just
Yeah.
wanted to
Thanks.
pass that on to you. Don't give up.
Yeah.
And
No, no.
definitely because I tried doing it like um some other people, that I tried doing it by myself. I tried, just watching YouTubes and was just kind of lost until I found this group and Tammie and Lance, and it was just a change. It just totally was a big change for me. It just really having the support and having the family feeling of this group. It's just been great. So that'll help you as well. And
Yeah.
anyway, what I'm going through is right now I haven't checked my numbers in quite some time, probably about 3 weeks. I did finish the 8 weeks of water fasting this week. 3 weeks ago, I only got to 70 hours. And then last week, I got to 60 some hours. And then this week, I only got to 40 some hours. And Tammie was, when I got on, was talking about stress and lack of sleep and what that does to us. And it definitely does. I'm going through two of the top 5 stressors in life right now. And so my numbers are not really good. My glucose is normally in the mornings, if I'm not fasting, my glucose is usually in the 80s. But right now I've they've been over 100, and my ketones have been anywhere from 0.2 to 0.4. So, and I haven't changed how I'm eating. But it's just the stress of life right now.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how where I'm at, and just trying to make it through this part of a challenge, and keeping, you know, my prayers going and asking God to help me. But anyway, so I want to encourage you to do the classes, Susan, because they're super helpful. I unfortunately didn't do that, and I did struggle. But once I joined the group and just learned, and I had done her Dr. Boss's program twice. So once with just myself and her online class, and then again with my husband. So it's a really good way to do it, rather than kind of just going from here to there, which is what I was doing before. So I know how you feel, Susan. It can be very frustrating. But
And just
anyway.
so you guys, when you guys listen to Olivia's story, Olivia regularly could get a DBR of 4, not 14, not 40, but 4. So when she says stress is knocking her numbers down, that's huge. And it's one of those we don't, don't take that lightly, of a gut punch of life and what it can do to your health, because Olivia has mastered this process. When she says she eats that patty, goes into a fast, comes out of that fast, eats the patty, that works for her numbers. She has found, in exactly what she's doing, she has found exactly what works for her body. So now she can go try different things, go different directions, do whatever, because she knows how to read her chemistry and she knows what her chemistry could do. So if she's coming off of a fast with, a DBR way over 100, she knows she needs to do some work and clean it up. Now, some things in life you can deal with and handle, and some things are out of your control. So you got to control the things you can handle and change, and deal with what you can't until the good Lord makes it pass and life gets better and the season passes. But learning how to do that, again, when you learn how to read your chemistry, that's the win in this whole thing Dr. Boz has taught us. So, Liv, we love you, and I'm glad you're back, hon. We're praying
Thank
for
you.
you.
Thank you.
Oh, right. Come on, Diana. We all got stuff. I know Diana's going through some stuff too. So,
Yeah, I can echo a lot of what Olivia said there with the group and everything, because that's when things started changing for me, when I got in the group and got connected with Tammie and Lance. So it was a night and day difference. That's the direction you get and everything. It's and I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, you said the top 5 stressors. I'm thinking, what are those? And I look them up and I'm thinking, oh, I got some of those going on too.
yeah.
But and it does affect you a whole lot more than I'd like for it to do. I'm trying to figure out how to not have that happen, but I don't know what to do, but keep working. I will say that I've almost made it through 2 days now without so far I think I'm about 10 carbs in 2 days. So
Nice.
if I can keep this going, we'll be good. But the hearing situation, I need hearing aids to be able to hear. You're looking at, that's about $7,000 right now, hearing aids that they've got me in demo set because something was wrong with mine. But I'm still not hearing as well as I need to be. So I don't know I'm at this point, I'm saying there's something with my ears, or I do have a different audiologist, and I'm really wondering now. She made some adjustments to my hearing aids, and I'm thinking, okay, what did you do? Did you do something? Or I don't know. I don't, just trying to figure out what's going on. But as it stands right now, if it does not get better, I'm going to be quitting work because I can't take the, what it's doing to my brain and my ears to deal with all this extra noise. And I mean, Tuesday night, I was barely able to function when I come home, and then it's like I can't deal with this. I don't know what's.
Yeah.
But whatever. I don't know. Maybe this is. I've been trying to figure out. Am I just not seeing the handwriting on the wall here? I probably don't need this job. I enjoy it. I thought, hey, I'm doing so much better than what I have been, and I thought I could handle it, but I just got told a couple of weeks ago that there are impinged nerves at L4 and L5 in my back, and I don't know how to undo that. I mean, without some surgery or something. I don't know if any of you got any ideas on that. I'm open for whatever, but um, so being told that I don't need to be bending and stooping and all this kind of stuff, which I'm doing at work, I thought, well, I feel so much better. I think I can handle this. Well, no, that probably wasn't a good idea, but
Well, we will pray if God's going to close one door, he's going to open another. And if he's got a new plan for your life or a new direction for your life or whatever that comes down to, yeah, that's where our faith comes in. And you know that. So we're going
yeah,
to be,
I know.
we're going to be
We would,
praying for him.
as much as we'd like to, I'd like to see, okay, show me what the next step is here. I don't really want to quit my job without knowing where I'm going, but
Right. I'd like a plan and a checklist.
because
If you could give me that.
the financial aspect of it, my brain's going, that's not going to be good if you quit your job. So
The math won't be mathin'. I get it. So
yeah,
we will be praying for you, Diana. And again,
but
you're
but
two
hey,
days 2 days in.
hey, I know that I've not been able to make it more than 2 or 3 days without, for whatever reason. If I get really emotional, I didn't really realize until the last couple of weeks how much it's like I'm looking for something for comfort, and most of the time I'm turning to food for that. So
And just so anybody watching, just so you guys know, Diana is a veteran too. She knows how to do this. She's mastered it. She's taken her kidney function from 49% kidney function to 110% kidney function. She's done the work. She knows how to do the chemistry. She knows how to do this. But life is throwing gut punches for so many in this group. And again, that is where the tribe comes in. That is where we support each other, we help each other, and sometimes we're the only support people have. And that's why this ends up so important and so just such a big part of the journey is you've got to show up. And I know we all have better things to do than show up and sit with our 20 favorite strangers online, but this is where the win comes in, is connecting. And Diana, we pray for you, we love you, and I'm just happy for
it's
you.
not strangers after spending so many hours together. Your
We're
family.
officially family now. The good, the bad, the ugly. I said, someday we're having a jammy party night. That's what I want to do. I just want to get in our pajamas, hair in a bun, no bra, no makeup. Let's just have a girls' night of.
Well, hey, what's wrong with you? I got no bra underneath of here. You can't see it, but that's the first thing that comes off when you come home
Right.
from work.
Benefits. I'll claim that one too. So benefits of fake boobs, right? Hey, I do have a blessing to share with you guys. Anybody that's had cancer, you're terrorized of this envelope coming. Does anybody know what that means? It's what I had my mammogram last week. And to have a clean mammogram is, it's terrifying. You just sit waiting. So have a clean mammogram. And an interesting thing, I've always had dense tissue. My one boob still has tissue in it. So they always send me the thing, oh, you have dense tissue. And I usually have to go back for a second, whatever. I no longer have dense tissue. I'm not sure what that means, but am I losing? I don't know. But everything's normal. They said everything was normal.
Praise
So
the
that was
Lord, yay!
yay.
Good.
So I will take the I'll take the blessing in that one and be happy. But
Yeah.
so I'll throw that. All right, come on in, Dawn. Let's see how you're doing. Come and check in.
I'm doing okay. I don't feel good. I've been dealing with this cough since last week, and it's not getting any better. And I've been sleeping on the recliner in the living room, and it's wearing me out. But my numbers aren't too bad. Sorry. Night is always worse. Um, but I did really well on my fast. My numbers were great. Yesterday, when I went off the fast, it was kind of late. I shouldn't have eaten that late. And then I ended up taking NyQuil, and I'm probably going to take some tonight because I need to sleep. Uh, so my numbers weren't as good as I would hope they would have been this morning, but I was still making ketones, and it was still okay. I just want to get past
Yep.
this cough.
And
So,
everybody just know too, when you get something like that, your body is fighting, so your numbers are going to drop. I mean, it's a hard way to deal with it. I always recommend the neti pot, and I always recommend the homemade bone broth. There's just the best thing I can say to do is just help your immune system stay strong, keep ketones up as best you can. But sometimes you just gotta take a cough drop and get some a NyQuil, knock you out, and go to sleep. But do the best you can do. Keep your
yeah,
numbers.
I'm
Don't jump
trying
ship.
not to do that. Now today, I ate around noon, and I was hungry, so I ate a decent meal, eggs and bacon, and then I was just not hungry. So my husband made some steak for dinner. I just can't. And that made me so happy because my body I feel like it's adjusting.
Nice.
Um, Maybe it's, also part of my mental
Yep.
state as well, because I'm tired of seesawing. I can totally relate to Susan and just going back and forth. And
It
so
is
I,
tough.
I want to do this. Um, and I want to stop making excuses. So, um, so yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm doing all right. I'm
Oh
doing all right.
God, we'll be
I'm
praying for
hoping
you too.
that I'll feel better and have more energy. I just feel so weak right now. Um, and I'm on blood pressure meds, and I've been on the same dosage for, a few years now. But the last 2 days, my blood pressure's been low, not so low it's dangerous, but
Okay.
when you stand up and you feel like, oh, this isn't good. So I've been checking,
Mhm.
and it's a lot lower than it usually is. And I'm not
Okay.
sure if that's just because I'm not feeling well, or maybe,
Well, your numbers have been really good for a while, so that may be something you need to call in and check to your doctor and see if you need to decrease your medication.
yeah,
Keep hydrated. I know you're not feeling good, but keep hydrated. Keep those electrolytes and minerals in you. But I would probably track a few days in a row and call a doctor if you keep feeling that lethargic or tired or whatever. Absolutely, I would call
yeah,
your doctor, give him those list of numbers, and say, "Hey, can I cut this pill in half or something, or maybe half every other day, or something that you need to check with that because." That is exactly what happens as that blood pressure is dropping so low. You're not either having volume because you may not be drinking enough, that you may be a little low on electrolytes, and you're sick on top of it. So you put all those things together, then that blood pressure drops too low. You probably are feeling like butt. I mean, you are probably dragging. So
yeah. I do have an appointment in a month for a
I would
med check.
wait a month on that. Don't wait a month. I would call with those numbers.
I'll
And if
keep
you,
posted on it.
yeah.
I'll definitely keep up on it.
Keep up on that, and especially if you keep feeling that tired feeling. I mean, that's just one of those where it's like, oh, that's
Yeah,
just blood pressure getting so low. And that's a hard one to work through, but a little adjustment on that medication. But make sure you give him a call and track that and
will
let him
do.
know. And I would consider that a win. That's
Yeah.
not,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
that's a
yeah.
good thing. So kudos to you for how long, for having good numbers, staying consistent, working through it, and you did the steps. So I'm proud of you. So good job.
Thank you.
Nice work. Nice work. Come on, Nance. Come and check in.
Hey guys, or gals.
Gals.
Um,
Got the
I'm
girl
doing
today.
pretty good. I'm I'm just staying pretty steady. My blood glucose is staying pretty stable in the 70s, I think. And but I can't get those ketones up just yet. They stick around like 0.9. But that's okay. I'm just wanting to be stable right now. That's my mission. I've got so much going on. I'm going to have colonoscopy and an EGD on Monday. I had an ultrasound today of my gallbladder, and I had pain in my back when she was doing it, so that kind of freaked me out a little bit. And I've got to go in for a diagnostic mammogram because I've got some changes going on in my breasts. So that's kind of freaking me out. I'm trying not to go there because it can be nothing. So, I don't know anything, so I can't react, I'm just like, okay, just really kind of, okay, Lord, whatever it is, he's got it.
Yep.
So whatever it is, I can stay the same theoretically. So that's my goal. I'm doing pretty good. I mean, even my carbs, I've like got 2 carbs, 3 carbs.
Say that again, Nancy. I want to hear it again.
My carbs, usually under 5, any 5 or under, but now it's like 2 or 3.
The other thing I caught you say, wait a minute. You're struggling because your ketones are only 0.9-ish. You know how long you stayed at your ketones were at 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, and you couldn't make a ketone for anything, and now your ketones are at 0.9, and you're complaining.
I vacillated up and down, and the two of you, I wasn't here for your sharing, Susan. I apologize, I was late, but you go up and down, stick with it, and just keep giving yourself grace, and just you fall, you just keep getting back up. That's all. You can't condemn yourself for falling. It just is what it is, and you're working it. That's my opinion.
I'm so proud of you.
They're more than 0.9. She texted me at 12:30 the other night. My ketones are 2.4. No wonder I can't sleep.
Exactly. Yeah. But that was just at night. But then the next, I thought, oh, I'll have high ketones in the morning. And it's like, no, there's 0.9. And that's okay. I can't have these expectations because I'm not challenging. And I'm okay. I keep thinking about, oh, maybe I should. It's kind of like, you know what, Nancy, just stay level. Just stay even until you get through this.
And don't you think too, when you're in a stressful, look how many things you have coming at you right now. And when you're at that phase of life, if you can just hold space, if you can just hold tight, that's a win. A win is just not totally jumping ship, not falling off the wagon and going crazy or anything like that. If you can hold tight through a steady, tight through and steady through a stressor of life, that is a win. That's huge.
And I have to confess, I did start the GLP-1. I did 3 weeks, and then I have to stop for a week. But the food noise is so much calmed down in my head. It's not controlling me. Yeah. It's not taking me out. It's not flattening me out, basically. And that's like, the first time it was like, whoa, man, this is pretty cool. Right? That I could manage it. It was still there, but I can say no. And I didn't, even when I left the store, it was like I could stay level-headed. It wasn't chasing me, Man,
that's huge for some. Does everybody understand what she's saying? To not have the food noise and that addiction poking the bear all day long. And when you talk to people that are truly food addicts, and Nancy was one of those that truly struggled with an addiction of food, for her to have that quieted brain that she can now be in control of the situation, she can pause for a minute and make a healthy choice. And when your brain slows down enough that you can do that, now you can build a new neural pathway that is allowing you to pause and make a decision, make a choice, and then move forward instead of just overreacting, jumping in, not thinking about it. Oh, I can't do this, or oh my gosh, I'm going to go eat that, or whatever. Now she's able to make a conscious choice. And I love that that is what the GLP-1 is doing for a lot of people. It's just quieting and calming down that brain and that food noise. So, Nancy, again, I'm happy for you. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And anyone who has sleep apnea, I just was told by one of my doctors. I have more than one doctor, like primary doctor, but the insurance primary doctor doesn't know about the other doctor I have. I'm not telling him. I know. Oh, and but she's the one who told me that that one of the, I don't know, diagnoses that they can use a GLP-1 on is sleep apnea, because my insurance will definitely not pay for weight loss at all. Oh. And even though I have an A1C of 5.5, that still doesn't qualify me to be a diabetic. No, yeah. I'm right teetering on it, but so anyways, I don't know if my insurance will pay for it, but we're going to look into that.
Yeah. And you know what? Anybody that's looking to do the GLPs and stuff like that, any of those that you can, there's a bunch of different diagnoses that each one will get covered under or try. It's worth it. Doctors will write the prescription. It's just trying to get it covered into your insurance. So don't be afraid to try a different diagnosis. If your insurance company said no, try a different diagnosis, try to call them and see which one, what do you cover? I mean, I laughed and kind of said, like, what diagnosis do you want? God knows I've got enough. You can't tell me one of these shouldn't cover something, kind of thing. But, don't be afraid to play the pharmaceutical game for a minute if it will get it for you to help you. And Nancy's using it in the right way. She's not taking it and not doing the work. She's not taking the injection and letting it just drop some weight off of her and be okay. She is doing it and doing the work, working on ketones, working on keeping that glucose down, getting that DBR nice and low. And she's doing the brain work on it. She's working while it's down low enough and it's quieting that noise down. She's doing the work to learn to make conscious decisions on food and change her relationship with food. If that's what the GLP-1 is doing for her, that's using a medication in the right way. But don't take a GLP-1 and expect it to just do the work for you so you don't have to change your lifestyle. Because if not, what happens then when you're going to go off that GLP-1? You're going to go backwards and revert right back to where you started, if not worse, because you haven't changed the brain health. You haven't negotiated, you haven't learned to make new decisions, you haven't built a new neural pathway to fall back on, you haven't found a new coping skill. How many times do we talk about you've got to have coping skills? We've got to be able to work through stress that is not related to food. You need to go for a walk. You need to get your knitting out. You need to write a letter. You need to send a card. You need to make a phone call, call your sister, go to lunch. A million things that can give you dopamine. But we have to change that trajectory of that relationship with food to make this be a lifestyle. And those are the things that we work through too in the classes, that we can say, okay, what can you do? How do we find some dopamine for you that doesn't relate to food? Those are big steps. Those are huge. And Nancy, again, I am so proud of you for using a GLP-1 for the way it should be intended, the way it should be taught to be used. That's using a medication to your benefit. And
it is expensive, but and I'm paying out of pocket, but this is my life we're talking about. I can't, and she started me on a very micro dose, but and we're going to go up, but at least I know at that very small micro dose,
it still worked,
which is great. Of course, I want it to go much faster than it is, but that's my brain, I wanted it yesterday, but it doesn't work that way. So anyways, I just think it's worth it, whether you know, how long this is going to last. You know, for me to be able to do, I don't know, but just, you know, one day at a time, really.
Nancy, again, I am so proud of the work you're doing,
Thank
and
you.
I love to watch what that GLP-1 is doing. I'm a person too that's worked very hard to get off all the medications, and you will very rarely hear me say, "Ooh, here's a medication that I would recommend." And I'm telling you, when I've watched what it did over in Boz's group, and when you have 100 people that you see the change, Nancy, there's people in here that you hear the difference, and I know what I'm feeling. I'm trying it too, and it's just the difference that my body has been stuck. But again, it's not an excuse to not do the work. It is just a help to get us over the struggle that we need for our body. And I'm proud of you guys. On that note, again, I want to remind everybody we are getting ready to run the brains course again. If you have not taken the brains course, we got it. It's marked down. If you have never had it and you don't own the brains course, we have it at half price over. It's almost half price of Dr. Boz's over on the website, my website, journeytoketo.com. Go to the brains course. You can sign up right there. If you already own the brains course, then there is a second link that you can sign in on that will just be the price for just to come in for the group sessions to come in, and it's 12 to 15 hours a group session. So it's not a quick course. This is a lot. You're going to have some time committed into it, but I love this course, and it all ties together. Everything you guys have learned to do through Keto Continuum, the brain health, building the neural pathway, all of that. It's the grand finale of learning to do all of that. Of now you can heal the brain once you can get ketones in circulation, once you get the glucose out of the brain. It all kind of is that grand finale of doing that. So if you own the course, it's one price. If you're just going through um, the group sessions with us, and it's the same thing like this. The win in it, I think, is doing it as a group. When Dr. Boz teaches it live, she teaches it in a group setting so that it's the same thing. She gives little challenges for little groups and teams and stuff like that. So I truly think teaching it and coming back to doing it live as a group is where the win is. I will teach you and show you how. She may be teaching on a TBI, and I'm like, well, I've not had a TBI. I've never had a traumatic injury or anything like that. But when you see, oh yeah, I did, I fell off the horse when I was 12 and got my bell rung, or the how many boys play football and get their bell rung, they didn't get knocked out but they got their bell rung. When you learn how many ways a TBI affects you later on and what you can do about it, that helps. It helps you heal. When you realize the swelling in the brain from alcohol, the swelling in the brain from drugs, the swelling in the brain from prescription medication is the same as a swelling in the brain for carbs and sugar, it also helps educate you to make better decisions. And it's also a great grace giver, because when you learn what the brains of the kids that you've done, what I'd have do to have a do-over for raising kids, and knowing what I know now on brain health, every child that you have influence over, whether it's your children, your grandchildren, school, Bible study, I don't care who, any child that you have influence over, the brain course will help you. So again, it's not a cheap course. It's not one to take lightly, but I truly do love it. It's a passion of, I love what it's done. I think it's changed. I remember when I started teaching these courses, I was devastated to hit live and go live because I couldn't even do Zoom. My brain was just toast from 18 years of Oxycontin. And I'm telling you, I'm sitting here with 4 screens staring at me right now. And I'm not saying I like navigating 4 screens and computers, but I can do it. And it's just to see all the difference. Yes, Susan, you got to go. Have a good night. Let me know if we can help you. Just reach out if you need help, Susan. But again, it does change. It teaches you how to heal the brain and move differently through life with the choices and stuff. So if there's any questions over on YouTube, type them in and I'll try to get over there. I know I've not made it much over there, so sorry guys. I'm not good at multitasking as Lance is. But any questions, anything we didn't cover? We have new classes starting. Go ahead and get signed in. Anybody that hasn't signed up yet, go to group coaching over at journeytoketo.com. You can sign in under the beginner group. And as soon as you're ready to advance through that, we'll just put the next level in underneath your groups, and you won't have to, it's not an extra charge. We'll just keep adding the next level to you. Brains course is coming up. What else? What do I think of right now? So,
Yeah, I have a question, Tammie.
Yes, ma'am.
Those those Ashley Black things. I don't.
Mhm.
They're in the bathroom in my shower, but do you need to use oil if you're using them in the shower?
Nope. In the shower, use soap. Just
Okay.
put some liquid soap on. You just need it to slide because you want those to glide across the tissue. You don't want them to pull on the skin. You want them to glide across because that's what's going to break that fascia up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you something. I have a praise report, I guess. Since we talked about them last week, was it last Wednesday or whatever? I've been using them when I'm in the shower on my, well, not just my back, but my back is better. I don't know if it's, I'm like, hmm. I mean, yes, it still hurts,
Mhm.
but nothing like it was.
I'm telling you, I swear by them. Myofascial
Um,
work has so much leverage and works so good. And sometimes you can't, even if you can't dig into the actual injury to make a huge difference on an injury, but when you get a little bit of fascia broke up above it, a little bit of fascia broke up below it, and you get blood flow back to an area, it's amazing how much your body can heal when it gets blood flow and oxygen again. So I'm so happy for you. Keep doing it. I will tell you, and as many places on your body that you can blast while it's nice and hot, do it because that
yeah,
little bit of breaking up the fascia up here, you never know what you're going to loosen up to get blood flow back in the area that you need it.
yeah,
So
I've been working my hands and wrists too because my carpal tunnel is a little. Now
I love
there's
it.
one area I have plantar fasciitis, but I tried. Woo, the bottom of my foot is so tender. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I need to be doing that or not. But
Yes, you do. You need to do it. And you, again, you go as soft as you have to start. That's okay. That's how I took care of my plantar fasciitis. And I will
really,
show you a picture. I will find you guys the picture. I have had nodules, neurofibroma, just nerve bundles of fascia and nerves on the bottom of my feet that look like almonds sticking out on my feet that I would have to go put my feet in the molds where they would carve out the mold, the insole of my shoes. So these balls were so big, they had to go down into the carve out the things because they were so painful and so big. And I'm telling you, you break up that plantar fasciitis, you go up the Achilles, work up the back of the leg, work up the calf, work across the bottom of the heel, up through each tarsal, between the tarsals on the bottom of your foot, on the top of your foot, turn it over and work on that, just loosening all of that around it. Don't go hard, don't dig in, just loosen that fascia. And as it loosens up, you're going to be able to get in deeper and deeper and deeper. I'm telling you, I swear by them. I really do. Carpal tunnel, you can fix in a few weeks. I mean, bad carpal tunnel, not like ready for surgery carpal tunnel. You can fix in a few weeks. You really can. And
well,
it's just,
I've had surgery already on both of them, but that's
which
like,
means you already
but
have scar tissue,
yeah, but yeah, they've been. I mean, there's lots of things been bothering me here lately, probably due to me letting the inflammation get back in my body.
right?
But yeah,
Absolutely.
I soaked in Epsom salt water last night, and I was trying to work on this foot. But oh man, it is sore.
And just know if, when you're breaking fascia up, has anybody ever had fascial work done with a massage therapist or a therapy PT or OT or anything? Fascia work is not a, ooh, this feels good. It's a, oh, I mean, you wake up the next day like somebody beat the daylights out of you. I remember when I came home from the seminars, training for it, and we work on each other for a week trying to, teach each other how to get the fascia broke up throughout the body. And back before the blasters, it used to be like it was called skin rolling, where you would break up, you would get into scar tissue and you would literally pull that skin up and roll it, and you would feel the Rice Krispies in there just breaking up and cracking and snap, crackle, popping and breaking all those adhesions up for scars and scar tissue and fascial work. And I'm telling you, I came home from that seminar and like I swear I rolled over and asked my husband, I'm like, I swear to God, is my back black and blue? Because they would roll, from my butt clear all the way up, to your neck and trying to get that loosened up and broke up. And it's like, oh my gosh, that's huge. So it's a lot of work, a lot of pain sometimes. But with the blasters, that's the beauty of it, is you go in what you can tolerate and go in nice and gentle. And it's like peeling an onion. As you can go deeper, you go deeper. You just one layer at a time that you can handle. If it hurts too bad, back out and just do a little bit longer, do it again, keep it heated, blast it or heat it, blast it, and keep going one little layer at a time. And that's where doing it in the shower a little bit every day is so much more beneficial than what I could do even as your therapist standing over you, because I'm going to see you once a week, once a month, whatever. You're going to do a little bit every day, a couple times a day. I mean, my wrist ones and stuff, when I was working every day doing therapy, my wrist one lays on my coffee table like a decoration. I mean, I have a bottle of oil and a blaster because while I'm watching TV at night, I just sit and scrub my wrists, put it on a flex, do down between each finger, in between, and God love it. But I took care of my thumbs and I took care of my wrists doing deep tissue work for 30 years. Did not take care of my shoulders so well, and that's 7 shoulder surgeries later, the part I sucked at. But again, when you take care of it and you do it, it's amazing what they will do. And I'll gladly get on any of you that need help with that. I will get on. They're over on our Amazon storefront. If you need to order, you need help picking out one, I will gladly help you. But I will also get on live and show you how to use them. So it's not hard, but I love them. So they're really.
And my shoulders are also another area that is very, very tender. And I'm like, I don't know if I should try to do this or not, but
Where it's tender is where you need it the most.
yeah.
Just go lightly. Don't dig in. It's not a how miserable can you make yourself. You're just going to go in nice and slow and lightly, and you're break it up one little layer at a time. It's not, you don't do it all. You're not conquering the world in one treatment. You're just going in nice and lightly. It's kind of like learning to stretch out, learning to do yoga, learning to do anything like that. You know, it takes time to stretch the muscles. It takes time to do that. If you just go break fascia up all at one time, you're going to be miserable. And then as it heals, it's going to go and tighten right back up. So a little bit at a time is so much better than just digging in really deep and doing it. So good job. Nice work doing it though. Get going on it. You will feel it.
After we talked about it, I thought, what the heck? Do it in the
Right?
shower if nothing else. So
What do you have to lose? I mean,
yeah, I don't have anything to lose right now. That's what I'm thinking. So
actually the experiment, the mama that we worked on during class for the myofascial work, she was scheduled for surgery, and it was one of the girls in class's mom, and her hands were crippled up with carpal tunnel. Like she was the typewriters before there were electric typewriters, the old manual typewriters. That's what she typed on her whole career, um, typing and everything. And it was one of those, her fingers were all crippled up, her wrists were a mess, but they were pulling in and atrophied, just they were a mess. And Lord, she was ready to schedule for surgery. And it was one of those, what do you have to lose? Give us a few weeks and let's see what we can do. So we used her as a guinea pig for class. And you get in there and dig up, break that stuff up. And it's amazing how the numbness, the tingling, when you break all that stuff, you can take care of not having surgery, and you can fix it. I mean, that's
looking at surgery on my back unless something changes. I mean, it is feeling better now. My left foot's still numb about 90% of the time, but I'm not getting as much pain in my back. But
so when you're using the blaster for down the leg and stuff like that, go clear up the back as far as you can and clear down through your hip, your butt cheek, down the leg to the foot. All of that ties together. So blast the foot from your toes to your nose. I would just be blasting away. You're not going to hurt anything. Just common sense. If it hurts, back out kind of thing. But keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it anywhere you can reach. And I know it's harder to do to yourself, but it's worth the effort. Like I said, my shower looks like an arsenal because they all hang. I got on Amazon, I got those mop hooks, the little hooks that you slip the mop handle into. My shower wall has like 8 of them across the shower of different sizes. I have the little ones for your face and your jowls and your neck and your wrinkles and all that kind of stuff. And then I have every clear up to the big mama blasters that covering some ground and some territory, but they keep your skin smooth. They get rid of cellulite for people. But the whole big beauty of them is they break up scar tissue. And, I've got more scars than I can count. So not letting that scar tissue bind up on me is huge for keeping range of motion for anybody that's had hip replacements, knee replacements, shoulder surgeries, mastectomy, whatever you want to do, call it, whatever your surgeries are. They're just wonderful because they keep that scar tissue clean and light. And, all my scars are all pretty much just nice, faint. They're not big dented, pushed in scars that are puckered and gathering and causing trauma. I keep them all nice and loose so that I got enough issues to deal with without dealing with scar tissue tightening up on you and stopping range of motion. So anybody that needs help with them, please reach out. Let me know. I'll gladly get on live and show you how to use them best and how to do them because I truly, truly do believe in them. So,
hey, did you see by chance the handles for the big ones? Everything I look at, it says they're not available right now.
I found the black ones, but I didn't find they must be out of stock for the white ones right now.
Okay.
but if you don't care that they don't match, the other thing, if you really want to get technical about it, go to Lowe's. They're the PVC, they look like the PVC curves. I know before she made the pretty handles that matched them, that's what people were doing, was going to Lowe's and getting the PVC, putting the adapters on the end of them and putting them into the handles. Now, I don't know if how it connected. I'm sure there's got to be some way they tightened down and connected, but
Yeah.
it would be a good way to
I could
try
probably
it.
give it to my brother and say, "Here, make me." I mean, am I gonna be? I would love to be able to reach between my shoulder blades, and I can't. I can't do it
It's
without
hard. It is.
something.
You know what? I would just get the black ones, even though they don't match. I'll send you
Okay.
the link for the black ones and get the black ones in it. Who cares if they match? You need the range of motion and you need to be able to get the pressure where you need it. And they
Okay.
curve around, so it makes those long ones where, because I can't get my arms back there anymore either as good as I used to. Um, I'll send you a link for the black ones, even though they don't match.
Oh, you don't have to do that. All I'd have to do is take that thing to my brother and say, "Here, make me some handles for it," and he
Go
would.
to
So
Lowe's and get some PVC pipe. And then
yeah,
it's just
that'll
the
work too.
adapter to go. It's just the adapter from the PVC, the gray PVC to the handle of the blaster. That's what you need,
Okay.
where the connection comes in. So, Audrey, do you want to check in real quick before we go?
Am I late?
You're late, girlfriend. We started an
Oh,
hour
I'm
ago.
so sorry. Have you had daylight savings?
Oh, yes, we did.
That's why I'm late.
I
I'm
forgot
so
about that.
sorry.
No,
Yeah.
you are fine. Come and check in. I'm glad you
Yeah.
made it.
Yeah, I'm glad I made it by the skin of my teeth. All good this side. Yeah, just ticking along one day at a time, but everything's going well.
Good.
My ketones aren't very high. I'm losing weight. I'm feeling better. It took me a month. You know, that allergy that I picked up the last time, I had 3 occurrences of it. So
Oh.
something
Something had
in
you.
my body adjusting was, because I have not pinned down what it was that caused the inflammation. And I just suspect it was the body adjusting and just having its last freak out.
Right. Well, good. That's awesome.
Yeah, but other than that, all good. I'm well. Next week, Saturday, I'm flying to South Africa. So it's going to be interesting to see if I join your meetings. I might just watch them on YouTube.
Okay.
I don't know about the time difference. Yeah.
Oh, I'd like to say I could help you on that, but
If it's first thing in the morning here, it'll be the middle of the night there. So no, I can't see it happening. I'll just watch your YouTubes.
well, we're 8 p.m. at night right now.
Yeah, and
So-
we're 11 p.m. a.m. So take 8 from that is like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
don't
can't
get
see
up
me
for that.
waking up for that.
Your sleep is more important. Watch the rerun.
Exactly.
Watch the
Exactly.
replay. If
The
you are
first week, the jet lag just kicks in, and you're awake at 4 and whatever. But I'm not going to push it to 3. That's just too much.
little hint while you're traveling, when you're changing time zones like that, go fasted, and your circadian rhythm will kick in faster, so you don't lose so many days in a row.
So fast before I leave or during?
During.
Before I leave.
Before you leave, go fasted through the time zone so that when you get there, you're fasted and ready, and then get your sleep turned around, your circadian rhythm kicks in faster.
That's great because, yeah.
That's going to be that's a big one.
It is a big one. And coming back is even worse.
Oh,
I know for myself, flying east, the jet lag is even worse for me. Yeah.
I would do it fasted and keep those ketones in circulation. Take some BHB or pucker up or whatever you can get with you. Keep that with you and drink it coming and going and keep.
Well, I've been wondering what I'm going to eat on the plane because, you know, they don't serve keto meals.
No?
You can get diabetic, but diabetic is not keto. It's still full of carbs, and
right.
So that's not an option.
No,
either.
you cook some bacon, you put it in a zippy bag, and you put it in your purse.
I cannot. You cannot take things through international flights. You cannot take food on international flights. So no food in your bags. They've got.
You can't even pull I have to take medication, and I need my bacon to take it.
No, you can't do that.
Okay. I'm not Suggest
So
don't
maybe I'll just be fasting on the plane.
fast on the plane and be ready. So but
Yeah.
get your chemistry.
Okay. Oh, good tip. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Any questions this week, Audrey? Anything else I can help you with?
No, Charles has been having explosive stools. So we're 3 months into our journey, and you would think we would be getting fat adapted. But if he overdoes it on the fat, oh, his body just rebels. For
Are
me,
you doing
no,
bone broth? Is he doing bone broth? Homemade
I
bone broth?
don't. No, he won't touch that.
He needs to make you need to make some homemade bone broth that is good that he can just water it down and sip on it and let that good homemade bone broth heal the mucosal layer of his body. That will help heal the gut so he won't have explosive diarrhea.
Well, yesterday we had steak with a butter sauce and an avocado, and then he made fat bombs afterwards, and they wouldn't all fit into the ice tray, so he ate the rest. And I just think he overdid it in the worst way.
Problem solver, huh?
Does he have his gallbladder?
Yes.
Okay, because my husband had his gallbladder removed, and he
Oh, he's
has
got to
that
be
problem
careful.
all the time.
Yeah, he's got to be very careful.
Yeah.
Charles, many years ago, he went in for some scope or something to see the inflammation in his stomach, and over the years he's always had an issue, with his stomach. So I suspect it's huge inflammation.
Inflammation and, having that permeability in the mucosal layer from entrance to exit is huge. So whether it shows up as GERD, whether it shows up as IBS, whether it shows up as Crohn's disease, whatever that inflammation and the permeability of that gut, working on that mucosal layer is huge. It's just
huge.
the homemade bone broth, I'm telling you, there's such a difference of store-bought bone broth, and I watch it through people through the classes all the time. There's a huge difference of the bone broth you're going to go buy on the shelf and cooking those bones and getting that good nutrition, the gristly parts of the bone, the oxtail, the carcasses, all that good gristle stuff into that broth and sipping on it. And I just think of that as it's just healing from entrance to exit and then getting that inflammation down in the gut. And that is what heals. I don't have a gallbladder either. And I'm telling you, I can chug olive oil now.
Okay.
I mean, it can change. It takes time and work.
Yep.
But
Yeah, I'm sure.
I swear by homemade bone broth. I really do. There is magic in that homemade stuff. Our grandmas were not wrong when they made the bone broth, but think back how our grandmas made it. It
Yeah.
didn't waste anything. Everything left over in the bones were put in that pot
Yeah.
to make the bone broth. Oxtail, the carcasses, the backbones, the femurs with the bone marrow, the
Yeah.
chicken feet.
Chicken feet.
I never thought in a million years I would be asking for the farmers around me for the chicken feet when they butcher. And I am telling you now, I am the crazy person that goes farmer to farmer saying, "Hey, if you're butchering this week, can I have all the chicken feet?" And I'm like, "What?" But I want all the chicken feet. And it's those
Yes.
things make
Yes.
the best bone broth. They really do.
Yeah.
Boz,
They sure
Boz has
do.
that mastered.
Well, I'll
Great
swing the
collagen.
idea past
Wonderful
him.
collagen.
Yep.
I'll
Do
swing
it.
the idea past him and see if he's keen, because he mentally he's got to get past it first.
Just know this, the bone broth will help with the multitudes of sins. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just and you can water it down. If you can't do it thick and gelatinous
Yeah.
at first,
Yeah.
water it down to where there's just a tablespoon or two in a cup of hot water. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter how thin you start with it. Just then increase.
Just start. Yeah.
Yeah, just start.
Okay.
And your taste buds will adjust. If you don't like it right now, try again. Keep going. Take a couple sips of it. You don't have to drink a gallon. Take a couple sips till your taste buds get used to it. Salt it up really good. Make it good. It should taste like soup broth. It should just be salty broth. And then just get it thicker and thicker as you can tolerate it. But take the win and get it in you from everything from ulcers to IBS to GERD to Crohn's disease to just the
Heartburn.
collagen, heartburn, all of it for the
Cool.
collagen for our skin. It is so
Yeah.
good for so many things.
Okay.
And it's easy. It's cheap and easy, guys. It's a
Yeah.
mess to make it. That's why I make 2 20-quart canners at one time when I make it, just because of the mess. Not because it's hard, not because of anything, but I hate messing up my kitchen and I don't like cooking it while I'm fasting.
Yeah, exactly. And
So I
if you're
make,
going to cook it,
Yep.
rather do a big batch and then you're done for however long.
and everybody, just so you know, it freezes perfectly. Just put it in containers,
Exactly.
put it in the freezer, and I pull a quart out at a time when I need it.
Yep.
And it's all
Oh,
good. Too easy.
too easy.
Simple fix on that one. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. Any other
Yes.
questions for the night? Remember, anybody wanting in the brains course, it's ready. Anybody wants in next month classes, jump in. Anything you need help with blaster wise or anything like that, just reach out. We will be in and out over the weekend. I know we're going to be building in the back. So if there is something, don't be afraid to text me if anybody needs something specific. I'll check in and out. All the moderators, thank you guys for keeping an eye over on the big page for me, and text me if there's anything that needs my attention while we're building, like I'm building. While he's building and I'm cleaning up and feeding them. That's my job.
Mhm.
But all right, guys, we love y'all. Have a good night.